Hi, parents. Nice to meet you. My name's Kate. I'm a reading specialist from New Zealand, and I'm really pleased to see that you're interested in phonological awareness. Phonological awareness truly is the foundation for success in reading and writing. So, this is a great place to start. You should have downloaded the booklet by now, the free guide. So I'm going to go through that with you and just explain a few things. And remember at the end that if you have any questions, you're welcome to message me, or I'm also happy to do a free 15-minute chat. So let's get started. So, the way that I teach is based on the science of reading, and I take a structured literacy approach, which means I have drawn on the science, I've drawn on the research of best practice and what we know works with helping children to develop good reading and writing skills. So, when I teach my lessons, I'm using those strategies and I'm basing it on effective learning activities that really make a difference in your child. So, I've been a teacher for over 25 years, and for the last 5 years, I have been running my own specialist tutoring business, which looks after children who may have learning difficulties with dyslexia or children that are just not making progress. And I also work with children who have English as a second language. Now, the key to all of this reading and writing is exactly what you know what I'm going to say. It's phonological skills. So let's get started. Phonological skills is all about sound. It's all about what your young child hears and how they then process that sound into listening and speaking and then reading and then writing. So it all starts with oral language. Okay, so the first step, hearing it. Your child needs to hear a variety of sounds and they need to hear individual words spoken in a sentence. So, as much oral language as you can, as much discussions, as much variety of language as you can. So, singing, hearing rhymes, doing chants, reading stories, talking about your shopping list, going out in the car, asking questions. Where are we going today? What did you like? And I've got 4 children. When my third was 5 weeks old, I remember going to pick up my 2 older daughters from kindergarten, and he was 5 weeks old in his baby car seat. And I remember saying to him, "Come on, Theo, we're going to go pick up the girls now." So it's really about just getting into the habit of talking to your children and sharing your thoughts and ideas with them, because that's how they'll learn to hear sounds and how to have discussions and language with you. So, phonological skills have been identified as the number one predictor of literacy success in young children. Amazing, isn't it? And we know exactly what it is. We know how to build those phonological skills in children. And leading on from that, after the children have developed these phonological skills, that then moves into phonemic awareness skills, which then leads on to the 6 key predictors of reading success. And phonological skills is one of those 6 key predictors. The first one is oral language. Could you guess that? The next one is phonological skills. So, phonological skills is all about sound, okay? It is using sound, hearing sound, identifying sound, and then being able to manipulate it. Where letters come in is when there's a bit of an overlap between phonological skills when it's the sound based auditory skill, and then when it flicks over into phonemic, there's a little bit of a grey area there where we just start introducing some letters to match those sounds. So there's a little bit of a bridge there, and then that starts moving over into phonics and phonemic awareness. So, but as a starting point, we're really focusing on these base skills. We're really focusing on these phonological skills. So in your guide, you'll have a list of what the phonological skills are. Okay, now I've put these into developmental steps, and it's basically what the research follows anyway. But this is really based on my experience working with kindergarten children and getting them up and going with their reading and writing. To me, it kind of falls naturally into these categories. Now, the key thing is your child does not have to have mastery over each step before they can move on to the next one. There's that grey area, there's that overlap, and sometimes they might be good at one and then they're still learning the next, but it's okay to keep flipping backwards and forwards. But this is a basic guideline of how and where to start with phonological skills. Firstly, sounds, listening to and playing with various sounds, right from when your little one is a baby, playing a variety of music, clapping, rhythm, different sounds, rhyming, pitch going loud and soft or quick and slow. So just lots of opportunities to allow your child to hear sounds and for them to be intrigued by sounds. Next one, rhyme. Can they hear and say a rhyme? So if I said bet, wet, set, okay, rhyming. Bet, set, wet. Can you hear those rhyming sounds? Yeah, they all sound the same, don't they? And then add another word and ask your child if they can think of another word that rhymes as well. Okay, so log, bog, mog, sog, dog. Okay, they don't have to be real words. The key is, are they playing with sound and are they hearing the rhyme? The next one is segmenting words. When children first start, well, the younger they are, when they first start learning phonological skills, it's about whole words. We want them to hear how many words. So if you said, the cat climbed the tree, the cat climbed the tree. How many words did I say? So 5 words. That might be a bit long to start with, actually. Maybe you might like to start with, I see the sky. I see the sky. And ask your child, how many words did I say? Let's clap those words. I see the sky. Yes, I see the sky. 1, 2, 3, 4. I said 4 words. Okay, so that's a phonological skill. The next one is syllable segmenting. So you get that one word and you break it up into its syllables, not its individual sounds, its syllables like this. Banana, banana. How many syllables? How many claps did I give? Banana. Okay, 3. It's got 3 syllables. And it's not so much about them identifying how many, but just see if they can break it up into the syllables. Banana. Can you clap and say banana? And just keep encouraging that phonological skill. The next one is alliteration. It's where the first sound in a word is used 2 or 3 times. So my example here is Walter Whale wins. Can you hear what that first sound is? W, w. Walter Whale wins. Okay, so it's just identifying the words that they're saying in a sentence that are starting with the first sound. Then we want them next to identify the initial sound, to identify the first sound in the word. So, ball, b, ball. Can you hear that first sound? B, ball. Oh, it's the B. That's the B sound. Okay, that's a phonological skill. The next one is what we call onset rhyme, and that's where we segment that first sound and then we attach it to the rest of the word. So b, all. So we're really emphasizing that first sound. So b, all, ball. Okay, so you might say to your child, what word am I saying? B, all. Ball. That's right. Okay, so we're slowly breaking the word down. So we're hearing the sounds, we're hearing rhyme, we're hearing whole words, and then we're doing the syllables in the word. then we're doing alliteration, and then we're starting to break it down even further. Okay. And then, so by the time your child is about 2.5, 3, you want to start asking them to blend sounds to say a word. And, when I'm doing assessments on children for reading difficulties, this is often one of the difficulties that children has. So if you can start working on this skill and start building those brain pathways early on, this will really make a difference. So this is how you do it, blending sounds to say a word. Hey, James, what word am I saying? Cat. Yes, I'm saying the word cat. That's right. Or you could say, what's this? Log. 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 Yes, we need another log for the fire. Okay, or you could just include it into your everyday conversations. James, could you go and get your shoes? What did I say? Shoes. Can you go get them? So we just want children to hear that they can blend sounds to say a word. That is huge help when it comes to children reading and writing. And again, just keep going back to identifying how many words in a sentence and try and keep making it longer and longer. Okay, and then the last thing that I want you to do with beginning phonological skills is start writing their name for them. Can they recognize their name? Point and say, this is your name, James. This is what your name looks like. And then you can point and say the letter name. Okay, so this is James. James. How many letters do you have in your name? S. You've got 5. You've got 5 letters in your name. And then what you can do is you can use letter tiles or letter magnets to help you build that name with them. So they don't need to write it at first. It's really about just recognizing the letters. So building it, so you could print off 2 copies of the letter tiles and you could have James and then ask them to match the letters underneath. So James. And then further along in the guide, I actually give some specific examples for each activity. Okay, so here was actually another one I didn't have on my list, and it's called compound words. And what you can do, so it's whole words, and we're separating whole words and joining them back together. So cup, cake. What word am I saying? Put them together. Cupcake. Okay, so 2 words that make one new word is called a compound word. Cupcake. Cupcake. Okay, so that's another activity you could do as well. And further down in the guide, I show some examples about how to start bringing in those printed letters, but no rush for that. Really work on those phonological skills first, because that phonological skill is all about hearing. You don't need the letters to match for the phonological skills. But if you feel that your child's starting to get really confident with these skills, this is how you can start blending in the letters to match. So you know how I mentioned right at the start about the 6 essential skills that are needed for reading and writing? Here they are here. So phonological skills first, where it's all based on sound, and then phonemic awareness, where we start moving into the printed letters. Phonics, fluency, oral language and vocabulary, and comprehension. Okay, so you can see phonological skills there is really part of one of those essential skills. So what comes next? If you'd like a little bit more help, check out my store because I have made some phonological playing cards. Now, these are best used if your child has had that opportunity to build those phonological skills and they're just looking for a little bit more, just when they're ready to start moving into the printed letter stage. But on these playing cards is also all those prompts for those phonological skills as well. So you could use these cards, for example, if you started with the letter A. Okay, so you would print these cards off and you'd start with A if you like, and you might like to find some toys or activities that start with the A sound, the short A sound. So apple and animal, and you might like to gather up all those things that start with the A sound, put the letter A phonological card down, and then just use all the prompts on the cards to help you remember all those phonological skills and just to start introducing that letter that matches to the sound. So thank you so much. Please stay in touch. I'd love to hear how your child is going with developing these phonological skills. If you're coming across any little snags or any little red flags, just message me because I know it can be tricky. And most importantly, be patient. There's no race, there's no rush. Okay, this takes time. We do it, we do all these activities through everyday routines and everyday play at home. So yeah, no rush. But please stay in touch. I'd love to hear how you get on. I'll see you later. Bye.